Assalamu alaikum. Surah al-Zalzalah, chapter 99, is a short chapter of the Qur'an dedicated in full to the depiction of the day of resurrection and judgment. It briefly sketches the earth's immense quake at the blow of the horn for the rise of the dead, and relates the earth's conversation with the freshly resurrected man, terrified and baffled. And it culminates with people being set apart, ending up either in eternal unblemished bliss or in eternal torment. When the earth is deeply and violently shaken with its massive and profound quake, and it spews out its burdens, and man cries, "What is wrong with it?" It is then the day when the earth relates its accounts of events because your Lord has inspired it. On that day, people depart in scattered groups in different directions in order for them to be thus caused to see their own deeds. Accordingly, whoever does good of the weight of the tiniest ant or of a single speck of dust will see it, and whoever does evil of the weight of the tiniest ant or of a single speck of dust will see it. Firstly, a general remark to make at this denotative sub-basic layer of translation, a reminder, in fact, for those who have seen previous episodes, is that for the exegetic purpose of inducing clarity of reference and preserving stylistic flow, my translation, which is exegetic in its handling of the source, may freely use nouns, nominal clauses, and pronouns interchangeably, and may substitute adverbial clauses by adverbs or vice versa. Such substitutions are markedly typed in thin black italics within the denotative text, which appears in black bold italics. Now, to start from the start, إذا زلزلت الأرض زلزالها. The verb زلزلة, here زلزلة, does not only mean to shake, which in Arabic is roughly equivalent to هز أو رج, shake, هز أو رج. Instead, زلزلة explicitly denotes deep and violent shaking, zalzala. And the noun derived therefrom, which is zilzal, is of necessity not any quake. It's not just an earthquake, but rather a massive and profound quake. People depart on this level. People depart in scattered groups, in different directions. You see the orange marker there shows that the word يومئذ يصدر الناس أشتاتا. أشتاتا means both in scattered groups and in different directions. Another important comment to make is related to a word that is very often mistranslated within this surah, and that is the word dharra. So where Allah says, subhanahu wa ta'ala, فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَهُ. Whoever does good or evil of the weight of the tiniest ant or of a single speck of dust will see it. That's how I translate it. However, this word, dharra, which in modern scientific terminology stands for an atom, actually bore a different meaning in the Arabic language at the time of revelation. In modern translations, you will often find it translated as an atom, but that's not within the understanding of the people during the time of the Prophet ﷺ, during the time of revelation. To them, before the invention of microscopes and the discovery of molecules and atoms, it used to stand for a type of tiny red ants, for baby ants, and for specks of dust, and was used metaphorically, generally speaking, to describe what is extremely small and insignificant. When the earth is deeply and violently shaken with its long promised massive quake. Now, let's stand here for a moment. Shaken with its massive quake, zilzalaha, its quake. This suggests two things. The first is that the massive earthquake referred to is a definite noun. We call it mu'arrafun bil idafa, zilzalaha. It's a definite one, being already promised and expected or awaited. That is why shaken with its massive quake. So it's already known to be there sometime in the future. And the second thing is that the grammatical structure of this sentence is an idiomatic usage that implies the maximum, the ultimate, the best, and the most deserved of the verb's object. Let me clarify this. Arabs say, for example, أكرم ضيوفي كرامتهم, meaning I serve and entertain my guests with the utmost generosity that they deserve. أكرم ضيوفي كرامتهم إذا زلزلت الأرض زلزالها. The same structure. Based on this, we may understand that إذا زلزلت الأرض زلزالها, we may understand it to mean the very utmost quake it is ever to have. And when thereupon it spews out all its burdens, it spews out all its burdens. Notice the it in thin black italics. As we said, this is a nominal prenominal replacement. Instead of repeating the word earth. And man cries, man, وقال الإنسان ما لها, man. And so every human being, because the definite article al attached to the word insan, meaning man, indicates the noun's all-inclusiveness of the whole race. We call it al-istighraq. Al-insan meaning every single human being. So every human being in that situation cries, what is wrong with it? It is then the day when the earth relates its accounts of events, because ربك بأن ربك أوحى لها, because ربك, your Rabb, the one, Rabb means the one who brings about, who nurtures, who takes care of and protects. Therefore, because your one and only Lord, Creator, Nurturer, Owner, and Almighty Subjugator O man, Rabbuka, the addressee, has then inspired it. أوحى لها, has then inspired it with a divine command to do so. That is, to relate its accounts of events. On that day, people depart after their judgment أشتاتا, which means both, we said, in scattered groups in different directions, in order for each and every one of them to be thus caused to see for themselves their own deeds. Accordingly, whoever of them that does any good, however small and unnoticed that good is, even if it be of the weight of the tiniest ant or of a single minute speck of dust, will see it. And whoever of them that conversely does any evil, however small and unnoticed that evil is, even if it be of the weight of the tiniest ant or of a single minute speck of dust, will see it. When, at the second blow of the horn by the angel Israfil, the earth is deeply and violently shaken by its Lord's command, with its long-promised quake, the very utmost quake it is ever to have, causing it to become perfectly flattened, and when thereupon it spews out all its burdens of all the bodies of the dead, each and every one of them back alive on its plane surface. And so every human being in that situation, newly resurrected and looking around in utter bewilderment, horror and panic at what is happening to the long docile earth, cries, "What is wrong with it?" It is then the day when the earth relates its accounts of events, of all the good and evil deeds, big or small, that were ever done on it by every single soul. Because your one and only Lord, Creator, Nurturer, Owner, and Almighty Subjugator, O man, has then inspired it with a divine command to do so, to lay bare everything inside it and every secret it ever witnessed. On that horrific, never-ending day, people depart from the site of the judgment in scattered groups, sorted according to their earlier faiths, deeds and allegiances, heading in different directions in order for each and every one of them to be thus caused by their Lord to see for themselves the fitly deserved fruits of their own former deeds. Accordingly, whoever of them that during their entire earthly life does any good, seeking Allah's pleasure and His reward, however small and unnoticed that good is, even if it be of the weight of the tiniest ant or of a single minute speck of dust, will see it at the judgment in their own books of deeds, of deed records, and will be generously rewarded for it in the eternal afterlife, provided that they die as sincere believers. Or the reward for their good deeds will otherwise be denied to them and blown away if they died as unbelievers, doubters or hypocrites, or if the good that they did did before was insincerely done, as they in that case will already have enjoyed the earthly reward of their good deeds. And whoever of them that conversely does any evil during their entire earthly life, however small and unnoticed that evil is, even if it be of the weight of the tiniest ant or of a single minute speck of dust, will see it at the judgment in their own books of deed records, and will be fitly punished for it in the eternal afterlife, provided that they die before genuinely repenting of it.